Libra, something important is beginning to rise into your awareness, and there is a reason this message found you now. May 19 and 20, 2026 are not loud days, but they carry the feeling of a doorway quietly opening after a long season of emotional silence. Somewhere deep inside, you already sensed that a shift was approaching. Maybe it reached you through a dream that stayed with you after waking, through a strange ache for change, or through those repeating numbers appearing again at the exact moment your thoughts drifted somewhere tender and unresolved. 1111, 222, 555. Small signals that brushed against your spirit before your mind could explain them. From the beginning, I want you to understand this clearly. This is not simply another horoscope video. This is a conversation between your inner world and the part of the universe that has been waiting for you to stop turning away from yourself. If you are here now, it is because some part of you is finally ready to hear the truth you have been softening, delaying, or carrying in silence. Around May 19 and 20, the emotional atmosphere shifts in a way that gently but firmly brings hidden feelings closer to the surface. For Libra, the sign so often connected to peacekeeping and emotional balance, this realization may arrive through a quiet conversation, an unexpected moment of clarity, or a feeling that suddenly settles into your chest with undeniable honesty. What you have been trying to smooth over or postpone can no longer stay buried beneath politeness and understanding. The truth finds its way back to you because your soul is ready to hold it differently now. You are not watching this video out of simple curiosity. Something deeper guided you here, and I want to honor that. Before we continue, pause for a moment and write in the comments, "I welcome the clarity arriving for me on May 19th and 20th, 2026. Let the universe witness your willingness to meet yourself honestly. Let it recognize the quiet courage it takes to open the door instead of pretending it was never there. And truly, thank you for being here. Every comment, every shared thought, every moment of presence helps create a space where people can feel seen in the middle of their own transformation. Your energy matters more than you realize. Your voice carries weight, and the light you keep trying to minimize for others still reaches farther than you think. I also want to say this from a deeply personal place. There is nothing sacred about abandoning yourself just to keep everything comfortable around you. Peace that costs you your own spirit eventually becomes exhaustion, wearing a calm expression. Libra, you were never meant to spend your life shrinking your truth so everyone else could remain undisturbed. The version of you slowly emerging through this season feels different already. Softer perhaps, but clearer, more honest. Less willing to silence your needs just to preserve emotional balance for everyone else in the room. And yes, some of these realizations may feel uncomfortable at first, but they are real, and reality has a way of opening windows where stagnant air used to live. Stay with me for a moment longer, because what is unfolding now is not arriving to destroy your life. It is arriving to reconnect you with yourself. Are you ready to stop waiting for permission before choosing what feels true to your spirit? Because if you are, then you may already be standing much closer to your next chapter than you realize. Some changes never arrive dramatically. They appear quietly, like the first warm breeze entering a room that has felt closed for too long. They move through a tired sigh, through conversations that leave your body heavy instead of inspired, through that lonely feeling that sometimes follows you even when you are surrounded by people. For you, Libra, none of these signs have been meaningless. They have been quietly trying to show you that the balance you keep working so hard to maintain for everyone else has been leaning too far away from yourself for a very long time. You kept smoothing things over even when your own voice grew quieter inside you. You kept choosing comfort and harmony even when parts of your truth started to feel pressed beneath the surface. But what if this season of your life is not asking you to protect balance anymore? What if it is asking you to redefine what balance actually means for you? The discomfort you have been carrying is not weakness. It feels more like the earth softening after a long winter, making room for something living to finally breathe again. Your soul has been asking for space in quiet ways, through exhaustion, through reflection, through moments when your body felt heavier than your smile allowed others to see. And it is okay if this realization does not arrive dramatically. For many Libras, transformation begins softly, through awareness rather than rebellion. You do not need to fight everyone around you in order to change your life. Sometimes you only need to choose differently than you did before. When your energy begins to shift, the changes move beyond thought and emotion. They begin reaching into the deeper rhythm of your life itself. As your inner frequency changes, the things that no longer meet you there naturally begin to loosen their hold. Some things drift away gently, others leave through uncomfortable clarity, but each departure carries purpose. The moment you stop resonating with something, whether it is a pattern, a connection, or a version of yourself you have been performing for too long, it slowly loses the ability to remain attached to you. Around May 19 and 20, 2026, it may feel as though a small opening appears in places that once felt emotionally sealed shut, allowing light and honesty to enter where silence used to live. The energy surrounding this time carries a realization that many Libras quietly need. You no longer have to earn your worth by keeping everyone emotionally comfortable. Your value does not disappear simply because life around you feels uncertain or unresolved. This new chapter does not begin when someone else finally understands you. It begins the moment you stop betraying your own truth in order to preserve old expectations. Consider this a gentle invitation to release the pressure of holding everything together all the time. You were never meant to become the emotional glue for every person around you. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step away from roles your spirit has already outgrown, even if not everyone understands immediately. That is not selfishness. That is alignment, returning you to yourself. And if part of you still hesitates, wondering whether it is truly acceptable to stand fully in your own center, hear this clearly. You do not need permission from your past. You do not need approval from the people who benefited from your silence. The permission you have been waiting for has always belonged to you. Many people are taught that endurance alone makes them worthy, that staying uncomfortable somehow proves love or loyalty. But growth is not always born from suffering. Sometimes the deepest healing begins the moment you realize your peace matters too. Your joy matters too. Your soul was never designed to become smaller just so other people could remain comfortable around your light. What you are moving toward now may feel unfamiliar, but it is not unfamiliar to your spirit. In many ways, you have been preparing for this your entire life. Every time you swallowed your truth, every moment you agreed when your heart wanted to say no, every piece of yourself you set aside for someone else's comfort, none of it was meaningless. Those moments were quietly shaping your readiness for the life you are finally beginning to step into now. There is something deeply powerful about a person who no longer needs constant reassurance from the outside world in order to trust what they already feel inside themselves. That kind of certainty carries a quiet clarity to it, a steadiness, a calm confidence that does not need to prove its worth to anyone else. And Libra, that is the energy beginning to wake up within you now. If you can feel that truth moving somewhere inside your chest, if part of you feels like it is finally taking a full breath after holding tension for far too long, then pause for a moment and let yourself honor that feeling. Go to the comments and write, "I allow myself to return to my center." Not for performance, not for validation, for the version of you that has been waiting patiently to feel emotionally free again. Stay close to this energy for a little while longer. Let it settle around you gently and guide you back toward yourself with care instead of fear. You are not destroying peace by changing. You are learning what real peace actually feels like inside your own body. And when life reaches one of these quiet turning points, It often speaks through symbols, long before it speaks through direct answers. That is why the appearance of death, the tower, and judgment together matters so deeply here. These cards are not arriving as threats or punishments. They are showing up like messengers, standing at the edge of a doorway your spirit has been approaching for a very long time. Around May 19th and 2026, this energy may feel less like chaos and more like a truth finally ripening enough to be acknowledged. The death card has always been misunderstood because people hear endings and immediately think of loss. But true transformation rarely works that way. This card speaks about the moment you realize something in your life has quietly reached its limit. A relationship, a role, a belief, or even the way you have been seeing yourself may no longer fit the person you are becoming. You have tried to stretch yourself to keep certain things alive. You adjusted your needs, tolerated emotional weight, and continued carrying situations that asked too much from your spirit. But exhaustion is not always a sign of weakness. Sometimes it is the soul's way of saying it can no longer keep surviving inside spaces that no longer allow it to grow. And deep down, your body already knows what it is ready to release. Then comes the tower, not to punish you, but to remove the structures that were keeping you emotionally confined. Its energy can feel sudden because clarity often arrives all at once after a long season of denial. Yet what begins to crack apart during this period was never truly stable to begin with. It was protection shaped from survival rather than something built to nourish your future. The truth that reaches you, whether through a conversation, a realization, or a feeling you can no longer ignore, may shake something awake inside you. But it is not arriving to destroy you. It is clearing away what has been quietly suffocating your growth so you can move forward with less emotional weight wrapped around your spirit. And then judgment enters, carrying the energy of awakening. This is the moment where you begin hearing your own voice again, beneath all the expectations, compromises, and emotional noise that surrounded you before. Not the voice shaped by everyone else's comfort, but the deeper one that has been waiting underneath it all with patience and honesty. Judgment is not about criticism or punishment. It is about choosing to rise into a more truthful version of yourself because you are finally ready to live from that place. Together, these cards reflect a natural rhythm of transformation. First comes the inner realization. Then comes the shift that changes your external world. And finally comes the integration, where your spirit learns how to live inside its new truth. This is not disorder. It is movement with purpose. Sometimes life does not change through dramatic signs or loud moments. Sometimes everything begins the instant you finally admit to yourself that you deserve more than survival. And that single moment of honesty has the power to change the direction of your entire life. As the verse says, now it begins to rise. Can you feel it? What first looks like something falling apart is often life quietly opening a future your soul has been asking for long before you recognized it. The changes surrounding May 19 and 2026 are not punishments, Libra. They are answers finally arriving in a form your spirit can understand. Instead of bracing yourself, steady yourself. Breathe deeply and loosen your grip on what has already started drifting away. There is no shame in outgrowing what once felt safe, and no guilt in stepping back from what continuously drains your energy just to keep others comfortable. If something begins shifting during this season, stay grounded instead of rushing for answers. A truth may rise quietly, someone may reveal themselves differently, or clarity may arrive through a moment you cannot ignore. And when you feel ready, write in the comments, "I am ready for my revelation." Let those words become your willingness to awaken honestly. Sometimes love does not disappear dramatically. Sometimes it simply changes once clarity enters the room. What once felt right may now feel emotionally distant, not because it was false, but because your spirit no longer aligns with connections that ask you to constantly perform, prove yourself, or silence your truth. Your heart is no longer searching only for intensity. It is beginning to crave peace, emotional presence, and the quiet comfort of being truly understood. For a long time, you may have overgiven, held on too tightly, or compromised too deeply just to avoid loneliness. But as your energy changes, your tolerance for half-hearted connections naturally begins to fade. This is not bitterness, it is growth. You are no longer willing to trade your truth for acceptance. The part of you that once confused attachment with love is slowly dissolving, making room for a deeper kind of discernment where your soul matters more than your fear of being alone. Around May 19 and 20, a quiet turning point may appear in your relationships. Someone you trusted may suddenly feel distant when you need them most, and that absence may reveal truths you could not see before. At the same time, another connection may begin entering your life with calm consistency instead of emotional chaos. This person may not arrive with dramatic gestures or perfect words. Instead, they may offer understanding that feels steady and safe, as though your spirit can finally relax. Real love does not ask you to wear masks or become smaller in order to receive it. It creates space for you to exist honestly as yourself. The love moving toward you, or already slowly unfolding around you, is not here to complete you. It is here to remind you that you deserve to feel respected, understood, and emotionally safe. That is why this energy feels different now. It creates peace instead of confusion, and clarity instead of constant overthinking. You no longer need to earn your worth through sacrifice, and the more honestly you live from that truth, the more your relationships naturally shift. Some people will draw closer while others drift away, but both movements carry meaning because this chapter is teaching you that love begins with how deeply you honor yourself first. You are not being guided to chase harder now. You are being guided to open more honestly and trust what your spirit already recognizes beneath appearances. When someone truly sees your healing, your growth, and the person you are becoming, that feeling reaches beyond attraction. It becomes resonance. So if this message speaks to you, pause for a moment and ask yourself gently, am I loving from habit or from truth? And when you are ready, write in the comments, I am ready to be loved without hiding. Let those words become a quiet declaration that you are finally allowing yourself to be fully seen. There are seasons when clarity arrives softly, not through logic or endless searching, but through stillness and inner knowing. And Libra, you have quietly stepped into one of those seasons now. Something within your intuitive world is waking up, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. You are sensing energy before words are spoken. You are reading the atmosphere of a room before conversations even begin, and none of this is your imagination. The energy surrounding this period reflects the vibration of the number 7, a cycle tied to reflection, spiritual refinement, and emotional awakening. That is why your sensitivity may feel stronger lately, not because you are fragile, but because your awareness is becoming sharper. Your nervous system is not failing you. It is recalibrating toward deeper honesty and clearer perception. This is the kind of season where intuition becomes more trustworthy than fear or overthinking. That quiet inner voice guiding you lately is leading you toward truths your spirit already recognizes. The truth about who feels genuine, what feels emotionally safe, and what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. Intuition is not fear, it is presence. It grows through alignment with yourself and through trusting what your spirit understands before your mind fully explains it. In a world that constantly pushes people to analyze everything, trusting yourself can feel unfamiliar. But this wisdom is already alive inside you. The more closely you listen to those quiet inner nudges, the more naturally your life begins to feel aligned. You may pull away from situations that once drained you and feel drawn toward people and spaces that leave your spirit lighter, instead of exhausted. That is not coincidence. That is alignment guiding your steps more clearly now. As your awareness deepens, your discernment sharpens too. Things that once confused you may suddenly feel obvious. Situations you tolerated before may now feel emotionally heavy in ways you can no longer ignore. You may also notice practical changes, like needing more rest, becoming more aware of the conversations you entertain, or paying closer attention to the energy around you. This is your inner and outer world trying to move into deeper harmony. Maybe you are not becoming too sensitive at all. Maybe you are finally becoming honest about what your spirit no longer wants to carry. Not everyone will understand the boundaries you are beginning to create, and that is okay. You are not here to spend your life making yourself understandable to everyone else. You are here to know yourself deeply enough that you stop abandoning your truth for temporary approval. This next chapter does not ask you to become louder. It asks you to become clearer. And if this message feels familiar inside you, write in the comments, "My intuition is my truth." Let those words become a return to the wisest voice you carry within yourself. Sometimes the moments that change your life forever arrive quietly, like warm air moving through an open window after a long season of stillness. A dream that lingers, a sentence that reaches unexpectedly deep, a glance at the clock revealing 11:11 just as you were asking for a sign. That is often how the universe chooses to speak. Libra, the universe rarely speaks through chaos alone. More often, it moves through quiet nudges, through moments that seem small at first, but slowly redirect the course of your life. And May 19 and 20, 2026, carry that kind of energy. These are not dramatic days, but they hold the feeling of a doorway quietly opening somewhere inside you. The invitation to change will not arrive through fear or pressure. It may come through a message, a conversation, or a sudden inner realization where something inside you softly says, "This is it." You may finally gain clarity around something you have been emotionally circling for months. Or an opportunity may appear that feels strangely familiar, like a chapter your soul already recognized long before your mind was ready to step into it. For a long time, you have likely felt subtle signs building beneath the surface. Restlessness in your body, emotional tension you could never fully explain, a pattern you already knew you had outgrown but kept carrying anyway. And now, instead of everything collapsing, life begins gently guiding you back toward what feels emotionally honest. Preparing for this shift does not require perfection. It only asks for presence. Slow down enough to hear yourself again. Give your body rest, quiet the noise around you, and allow clarity space to rise naturally. Think of yourself like soil after a difficult season. New growth needs room to breathe. This can become a powerful time to reflect on your work, your energy, and the life you are building. Ask yourself what truly inspires you now, and what no longer deserves space in your life simply because it once felt familiar. Even small acts of honesty with yourself begin shifting your direction towards something healthier and more aligned. The same awareness applies to money, relationships, and emotional energy. Notice what leaves you drained instead of fulfilled. And when it comes to love, pause before reacting out of confusion or fear. Your intuition already knows what feels real. Love that truly respects your spirit creates clarity, not constant uncertainty. This chapter is not asking you for dramatic decisions. It asks for small, conscious choices that slowly redirect your life toward greater alignment. And if you can feel that doorway beginning to open within you, write in the comments, "I'm ready for the doorway to open." Let those words become an anchor for the version of you that is finally ready to move forward willingly instead of waiting for life to force change upon you. And Libra, if you have stayed with this message until now, then part of you already understands this is about more than curiosity. Something inside you recognized itself here before your mind fully caught up. What is unfolding within you is not arriving to destroy your life. It is arriving to reveal what your soul has been trying to show you all along. When clarity arrives around May 19th and 2026, let it meet a version of you that is finally willing to stand beside your own truth. Not because you suddenly have every answer, but because you are tired of abandoning yourself just to keep everyone else comfortable. What shifts during this season is helping you see what you no longer need to carry. Some truths may feel uncomfortable at first, but they are not here to hurt you. They are revealing what has remained hidden beneath years of emotional compromise and survival. So ask yourself honestly, are you ready to see your life clearly instead of only seeing the version you hoped for? Are you ready to choose yourself without guilt? You have spent enough time shrinking your light just to preserve peace around you. But now you are being guided back toward your center, toward a quieter truth where your voice no longer disappears beneath everyone else's expectations. That center is your power, Libra. Your light does not need permission to exist. It only needs you to stop hiding from it. You are not here to spend your life proving your worth through sacrifice. You are here to exist fully as yourself. So pause for a moment and ask honestly, what would change if you trusted your inner voice completely? What doors might open if you stopped waiting for the perfect time before honoring what you already know? And if you feel that truth rising inside you now, anchor it. Go to the comments and write, I am ready to receive the clarity guiding me on May 19th and 20th, 2026. Let it become your declaration of alignment and your quiet signal to the universe that you are finally ready to move differently. If this message touched something deep within you, honor that feeling. Leave a like as a simple act of recognition for the part of yourself that is waking up. Share the moment that stayed with you most, the sentence that felt like it reached somewhere hidden inside you. Because you are not invisible in this journey. The energy awakened through this message is already moving quietly within you, reshaping the way you listen to yourself and the way you move forward from here. Libra, there is no returning to the version of yourself that survived by shrinking. What comes next will be shaped by honest choices, clear boundaries, and the courage to keep walking toward what feels true.